Have you ever looked at your combined household income and thought, we make way too much money to feel this broke? Let's talk about a couple that represents the modern American dream turned nightmare. She's in marketing, earning $62,000. He's in IT, pulling in $71,000. Together, they bring home $133,000 a year. Statistically, this puts them in the top 25% of households. On paper, they should be crushing it. They should have maxed out 401s, Ks, a robust emergency fund, and the freedom to take 2-week vacations without checking their bank app. Instead, they are drowning. They live paycheck to paycheck. When the water heater burst last month, it didn't just cause a mess. It caused a financial crisis that ended up on a high-interest credit card. They've done everything right. The degrees, the corporate ladders, the house in the suburbs. So why does it feel like they're one bad flu season away from bankruptcy? The truth is, they've fallen into the two-income trap, a term coined by Elizabeth Warren long before she was a senator, back when she was a Harvard professor studying why middle-class families were going bust. Her discovery was chilling. Dual-income families are actually more financially fragile than the single-income families of the 1970s. We've been sold a bill of goods that 2 paychecks mean double the security. In reality, for most, it has meant double the risk and zero margin for error. To understand why you feel broke today, we have to look at what your parents or grandparents had in 1970. Back then, only about 43% of women were in the workforce. The median family lived on a single income. The Great Divergence, housing. In 1970, a median home, adjusted for inflation, cost roughly $200,000. Today, that same home is over $400,000. Housing costs have doubled while wages have stagnated. The safety valve. In 1970, the stay-at-home parent was a hidden economic asset. If the breadwinner lost their job or got sick, the stay-at-home parent could enter the workforce. It was a built-in insurance policy. Fixed costs. A single-income family in the 70s spent about 50% of their income on must-haves, mortgage, car, basic utilities. The rest was margin. Today, that margin is gone. We have activated our emergency backup plan, second worker, just to afford the baseline. We are running our engines at 100% capacity every single day just to stay in the middle class. When you use your backup plan as your primary plan, you no longer have a safety net. You are walking a tightrope with no wire underneath. We often assume that a second salary of $50,000 adds $50,000 of wealth. It's basic addition, right? Wrong. It's actually a brutal exercise in subtraction. Let's look at where that second income actually goes. 1. The tax cliff. Because of progressive tax brackets, that second income is taxed at your highest marginal rate. Between federal, state, and FICA, that $50,000 immediately shrinks to about $34,000. 2. The childcare tax. If you have kids, someone has to watch them. Average childcare can easily run $15,000 to $20,000 per year. Now you're down to $14,000. 3. The work tax. A second car, gas, insurance, professional wardrobe, and commuting costs. Subtract another $6,000. You're at $8,000. 4. The exhaustion penalty. This is the silent killer. 2 exhausted parents don't have time to meal prep, clean, or mow the lawn. You pay for convenience, Uber Eats, house cleaners, pre-washed lettuce. These time-saving expenses can easily devour the remaining $8,000. The result, one partner works 40-plus hours a week, deals with a boss, and suffers a commute, only for the household to net maybe $100 a month after all expenses are tallied. You aren't working for a better life. You're working to afford the cost of working. If 2 incomes don't make us richer, where did the money go? It went into a bidding war for limited resources, specifically housing and good school districts. In the 1970s, you competed for a house against other single-income families. Today, you are competing against other dual-income couples who are just as desperate as you are to get their kids into a safe neighborhood with a decent school. Since everyone has more nominal money, the price of the entry ticket to the middle class simply rose to meet the new capacity. You aren't paying for a nicer house than your parents had. You're paying twice as much for the same relative position in society. This creates a locked-in effect. You take on a mortgage that requires both salaries. You can't quit. You can't take a lower-paying job you love. You can't take a year off to care for a sick parent. You have traded your flexibility for a zip code. The trap is systemic, but your response can be personal. To escape, you must stop acting like a dual-income family and start building a one-income foundation. The strategy, the must-have cap, audit your life. Can your fixed costs, mortgage, cars, insurance, be covered by the lower of the two salaries? If the answer is no, you are in the trap. Treat the second income as invisible. Use the second income exclusively for three things: debt elimination, aggressive investing, and cash reserves. Never use it to qualify for a loan. Buy back your time. The goal isn't just to accumulate money, it's to accumulate optionality. Wealth is not the car in the driveway. Wealth is the ability to say, I don't need this job today, because your expenses are so low that one income or your investments can cover them. The families who thrive in this economy aren't the ones who earn the most. They are the ones who refuse to let their lifestyle expand to the edges of their combined paychecks. They kept their backup plan in the bank, not in the mortgage. Would you like me to create a two-income trap calculator template or a list of specific exhaustion expenses you can cut to start reclaiming your margin?